fallen putto. Deadly. She gripped her fag between her teeth as she opened her kimono and retied it tighter. She was wearing knickers but no bra, a bold move for the garden in March. She pulled the fag from her teeth and exhaled. "I know this will only concuss you further," she said, "but I'm getting excited about the Olympics." I held my head with one hand, squeezed my fingers into my temples. The Olympics? Fuck, what month are we in? March. Thank Christ. My paranoia wasn't so paranoid when you took into account the time we'd gone to bed on Saturday only to wake up on Monday morning. On that occasion, I'd raised my head to see Tyler frantically shrugging off a kimono in front of the dresser. "What are you doing, you maniac? It's Sunday." "It's fucking Monday and I'm fucking late," she said, batting a dimp out of a regulation baseball cap. "What's that on your eye?" She turned to the mirror, gasped and sighed. "It's a low-budget, high-definition eyebrow. It's permanent marker. It's a clockwork motherfucking orange. Oh, low, what am I gonna do?" There were still red wine stains on a kimono from that night some months ago. She took another drag on her fag. "And then the rover is almost at Mars, just a few months now until it performs its neurotically precise landing. There's too much happening this summer. My hope can't take the strain. There was this Olympics ad just on with a cartoon man diving off a cartoon cliff. It had me in bits. Cartoons could be very moving. Why do I feel more for cartoons than the news? Because you're perverse and American. Barely anymore. American, I mean. Say vitamin, aluminium, herbs. She'd lived in England for 10 years and hadn't lost her accent. I especially liked hearing her say the words mirror, mere, and moon, moon. Tyler had moved over from Nebraska when her mum, an English lecturer, decided she wanted a divorce and applied for a teaching job at Manchester Met. The Johnsons were well off, the profits of her dad's family's cattle farming mostly. They had a ranch in Crawford with stables and turkeys and a porch with a chair swing. But for all the perks, Tyler said that living there had been like standing on a mathematical plane drawing, eerily flat and evenly portioned into squares of sallow crops. Just you and the horizon, waiting. More specifically, filling the hours. You had to tell yourself you were waiting, or really there was no point in eating your breakfast, changing your shirt. "I was thinking of boiling up some pasta bows," Tyler said. "Reckon you could eat?" "Possibly." She looked at her watch. "By my estimation, this culinary extravaganza should be ready in about 15. Now, do you need some help getting up?" "No. And don't be nice to me, or I'll cry." "Roger that." She retrieved a cigarette from the side of the dresser and left the room, fag smoke trailing. On the back of her kimono was the logo of a Thai boxing club in Salford, the Pendlebury Pythons, along with their motto in looping gold font, "Death before defeat." I lay still for a moment, planning. An order of ceremony was needed. Become upright, brush teeth, find phone. Phone. Jim. My fiancé, although we both hated the word, was in New York performing a piano recital on a barge in Brooklyn. We'd spoken the previous night before he sound-checked. "You be careful," he'd said. He knew me, knew the way the night rose in me, knew the way Tyler and I egged each other on. "Course," I said. At the time I was carefully smoking outside a bar on Oxford Road, while Tyler was inside carefully transferring the number of a dealer from her dying phone onto her forearm in lip liner. The rest was, well, not quite history, more a chain of events that amounted to the same headache, the same ransacked purse, same wasted day after. But at least we'd made it home. You congratulate yourself with the avoided crimes when you're clutching at the grubby straws of self-charming. Why, I'd been positively restrained getting home and sort of into bed. The previous week, we'd ended up at a house in Stretford with a 50-year-old air traffic controller called Pickles, who'd invited us for a purely friendly nightcap to discover he only had an 18th of a bottle of gin in the cupboard. How he could have overestimated that situation quite so much is beyond me, Tyler had said. It's enough to make you never get on a plane again. I looked to my side and saw a glass I'd somehow had the sense to fill and place there before I collapsed.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.